There is a particular kind of frustration that doesn't come from failure. It doesn't come from lack of desire. It comes from knowing you want more from life and still finding yourself unable to move, not frozen, not collapsed, just paused. You can feel the wanting clearly. It's not vague. It's not confused. You know something is missing. Something could be different. Something inside is quietly asking for more meaning, more alignment, more depth. And yet, when it comes time to act, your body doesn't follow. This is where many people turn against themselves. They start searching for explanations that hurt. They call it laziness. They call it a lack of discipline. They wonder what's wrong with them. But psychology offers a quieter explanation, a more compassionate one. When you want more but struggle to act, it often has very little to do with motivation. It has much more to do with internal conflict. Because wanting more doesn't exist in isolation. It pulls other things with it: expectations, pressure, risk, and the possibility of loss. Every desire carries a cost, not just in effort, but in identity. To move toward more often means moving away from a version of yourself that once kept you safe. And the nervous system remembers safety, even when it came wrapped in limitation. So while the mind imagines expansion, the body hesitates, not because it doesn't believe in you, but because it remembers uncertainty. This hesitation doesn't feel like fear. It feels like heaviness, like resistance without a clear reason. This is why action can start to feel uncomfortable, not exciting, not energizing, just heavy. Each step feels loaded, as if it carries more meaning than it should. And so the system slows things down. Another layer lives beneath this: pressure that has nowhere to go. People who want more often think deeply. They reflect, they imagine, they analyze. Over time, this inner world becomes crowded. Ideas pile up, possibilities stack, unspoken expectations grow. Eventually, action stops feeling like expression and starts feeling like a test. When action becomes a test, the mind avoids it, not because it fears failing, but because it fears confirming something painful. What if I try and it still doesn't feel right? What if I move and nothing changes? What if the longing stays? Stillness keeps these questions unanswered, and unanswered feels safer than disappointed. There is also grief hidden here, quiet grief. Grief for time past, grief for versions of yourself that never fully arrived, grief for paths you thought you'd be on by now. When grief is unacknowledged, the system becomes cautious. It slows momentum. It keeps things contained. So instead of movement, the mind circles. Thinking becomes a substitute for action. Reflection becomes a holding space. You're not doing nothing. You're processing, even if it doesn't look that way from the outside. This creates a painful contradiction. You feel capable, you feel intelligent, you feel aware, and yet you feel stuck. This gap between capability and movement can slowly turn inward, becoming shame. But this state isn't a flaw. It's often a sign of sensitivity. People who struggle here are rarely indifferent. They care deeply, sometimes too deeply. They want their actions to mean something. They don't want to move just to move. They don't want motion without alignment. And alignment takes time. The mind is asking questions the body hasn't answered yet. Questions about identity, questions about direction, questions about whether more actually feels safe. Until those questions soften, movement feels premature. There's also exhaustion involved. Not physical exhaustion, but decision fatigue. When you've carried responsibility for too long, even self-chosen goals feel heavy. The system isn't resisting progress, it's resisting pressure. This is why pushing yourself rarely works here. Force increases resistance. Urgency tightens the system. What's needed isn't motivation, it's understanding. Understanding that stillness is sometimes a form of listening. That pause can be preparation. That slowness can be integration. Not everything that looks like stagnation is stagnation. Wanting more while struggling to act doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're standing at a threshold between who you've been and who you might become. Thresholds are quiet places. They don't announce themselves. They don't move on command. If you find yourself here, be gentle with the part of you that's hesitating. It's not blocking you, it's asking to be understood. And sometimes, the most important movement is learning why you're still. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not failing. You're listening. And in a world that never stops pushing, that kind of listening is its own form of strength.